Okay, there we go. Hopefully I don't sound choppy chipmunk. Alright, as the loading screen thing occurs, I'm going to have to resize some stuff. I'm changing settings, and we know what happens whenever I start changing settings. I want it to be better though. Like, I'm trying to get it to run smoother. So give me a minute. Like this right here, for example. I changed my base canvas resolution from 1920 or from 1280 to 720 by or what was it? It was 1280 by something. I made it 1080 instead of 720. That's probably gonna be a problem for YouTube, but I'm gonna see what happens. We'll do a stream like this to remind ourselves why we do it the way we do it. Just for science, okay? Just for science. Alright, so I want to put this about right here. Make it bigger. And then this about right here. It's not totally right there. Yeah, okay. And then this one about right there. There. A little bit lower. No gaps. Yesterday's stream had gaps, and I was like triggered by it. Okay, so this is pretty gravy. Yeah. Okay. Now let's go back to camera one. Camera one. And I don't know if this is gonna be blurry or not. Let's try to get it zoomed a little. Okay, now repositioning this. We are getting some real uncut behind the scenes footage here. Probably about right there, right? And then this one. This is raw, guys. This is raw. And gals. I'm not hating. Guys or gals. We're an equal opportunity stream. Alright, right there. That's okay, right? And then, so that's camera one. And then camera two. Camera one. Camera two. They're a little bit different, but that's good. That they're supposed to be different. Alright. So now, back to the game. We'll go to studio mode. Alright, here we are. We're just gonna run with it like this. Judder and all. If it's jumpy and laggy and all that stuff, I tried. Okay. FPS is still hanging out around 30 for whatever reason. I want texture resolution to be high. And I want projected textures. I do not want to compromise on that. We're fighting a big old dragon here. We got ourselves an alliance member that's attacking us here. Temptation to flag up. Sound the alarm! Yeah, my mouse is jumping around too. I may have did the bad right now. Why is this so severely whack? Is it because the stream? Is it because we're streaming too? The stream down there is now projecting 27 FPS.
Greetings, traveler.
We just can't run at 60 FPS. I don't know what it is. I mean, it could be the cam too, right? Resolution scale. I don't want to. Synchronizes the frame rate to some fraction of your monitor's refresh. VSync enable. 30 FPS running around. Jumps up to like 40, 50. Let's try that. 30 FPS running around. Stay still. 30. 33. 31. 25. I'm looking at this down here. Also, I could do this, and you could see it bigger there. And then off screen over here, it's completely frozen. So what you guys are seeing is a frozen screen. Force scaling. I want the scale resolution to be 1280 by 720. And then hide. And then show. Okay, it doesn't like to force scale. That's alright. We don't have to. Let's put it back. Troubleshooting stream today. I guess capture a specific window. World of WoW. Match the title. Window title must match. Fade and fade. What about the browser scene? Is this also not showing well? Okay, this one also is not showing well. I'm going to try to add, let's game capture. Because right now we're doing a specific window capture. We're going to do game capture. Okay. Game capture. Told it to capture any full screen. Let's say specific window. Let's make it the WoW one. So this is game capture. Fade. Ooh, it's wanting to. Let's transform. Fit the screen. Fade. Yeah, game capture is not so great, I guess, either. Maybe monitor capture. Let's try monitor capture. Monitor or display capture. Display capture. Display 1 or display 2. And fit to screen. Sometimes if you make it display capture, that works a little better. So this is display 1. Let's switch to display 0. I think it's a problem with the rendering, the graphics card. Propertize. Doesn't like that. Well, I may have just jollied things up supremely here. Let me exit the game. Exit now. We're going to try this again. I was trying to see if I could get an update from my graphics card, because maybe the graphics card was the issue. Preferred graphics card. Program selects. Alright, so let's try this again. World of WoW. Go activate. So relaunching the application appears to have worked. Maybe that'll fix my frames too. Psycho Crush is looking a little better now. He's not all crummy looking like he was. I had to enable high texture resolution, and I also did projected textures enabled. I got most of the stuff auto selecting. Okay, so we're in game. You guys can see in game now. No frames are being dropped. 40 to 50 frames a second off screen. 24 frames per second in game, but they're consistent. I don't mind 20 frames per second consistently. That's okay. It's just whenever it jumps up to 50 or 100 and then all of a sudden. Okay, so, let's hop in a group. What is this? War-torn satchel? Is that always the case? Augment rooms? Oh, snap. That's a new thing, huh? I guess I should be running the raids as well. Crucible of Storms, Heart of Corruption. I don't know. Do I want to run raids, guys? The LFRs? I mean, it might be worth it. And then the emissaries as well. What do you guys want to see? Y'all like watching me do emissaries? I think we missed the incursion. I forget the time period. Warfront contributed, Battle for Darkshore. So we got 77% contributed for the Battle of Darkshore. We need Champions Vazaroth rep, so I'll do that emissary first. Because if we get nothing else done, that'll be worth doing. So we got Azerite Empowerment and Azerite Empowerment. Okay, so I'm just going to hit the flight path and get out to Zabala. And I'll keep an eye out for anybody that wants to run anything either in the guild or in the Stalwart Vanguard community. And you guys also, if anybody just stumbles across this stream, if you survive that first half of it, then join the Stalwart Vanguard. Join us on NA Horde, for the Horde. And you can also be a part of this community. You can help run people through keys, help myself run some keys, and vice versa. I can help you run keys and help level you up or whatever. I mean, we'll find out what the community tends to veer towards. But yeah, so Psycho Crusher, not much is new with him. Not much is going on differently with his gear or anything like that. I've kind of been... I took a peek at the Holy Paladin yesterday. I ran a couple dungeons just to start out with to see how he was performing. Most of the time, whenever you're a level 110 and you did anything last expansion and got like, you know, just an average, you know, good item level, I think about 210. If you got at least like a 210 item level last expansion, you're dropping bombs. Like, you're really nuking like the DPS no matter your role. Someone in this cave, he said. So there's a cave entrance, probably where the circle is. Alright. But yeah, my Holy Paladin was going in blowing people up. I was first or second on the DPS chart the whole time while healing. And I wasn't in red spec or anything like that. I was actually a Holy Paladin, just pushing that much damage. Which I guess is due to the fact that I was wearing Legos. I had a couple legendaries. Our UI is a little off. I'm gonna have to change that. Sorry about right there, yeah. Kind of hurts my soul to run at 25 FPS. Now, usually if you stand in these, you get a buff. Yeah, crit strike increased by 100%. So you see those things, definitely stand in those. We have the highlights on. I don't need that. I'm going to turn that off. I don't know if that helps the FPS at all. I should probably apply it. No, I'd apply it. Lighting quality, I don't really care as much about the lighting quality. Depth effects can be disabled. SSAO can be disabled. Sun shafts disabled. Liquid detail. Shadow quality low. 4 times anisotropic. I mean, I don't know if that's actually giving us a whole lot. We got like 10 FPS from turning those things off. Which is a little better. It's not bad. That Earth Elemental looks kind of cool. I'm going to stand in the crit strike buff. Look at that. Crit, 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 crit. Yeah, this is manageable. Get some crit strike. Oh yes. Can we just jump up here? Oh, that'd have been cool. I want the big one. I mean, I guess there's plenty of mobs here. Yeah, we're running smooth now. Smoother. And we see this okay. I'm going to close all these background things. Get some crit strike. Pop all the coolies. Just start blowing some stuff up. $86. Mining these doesn't appear to do anything other than give inert stone, which sells for 38 silver a pop. Ooh, there's some monolite. One of the, I think, contribution things. I don't know what it's called. The Warfront contribution objectives require you to get monolite as a blacksmith. So blacksmithing mining can turn in monolite, and I think you get some pretty good amount of artifact power for it. Alright, so that's one of those. We got to get a few more champions at Azeroth. Let's go to Atal Grawl. Or Atal Grawl, whatever it's called. Atal Grawl. Yeah, Atal Grawl.
State your business.
Is there anything else we can do? We don't need any ground clutter. Environmental detail, meh. I wish I could turn shadows off. VSeek enabled. I'm not sure if that's doing anything. I'm going to turn it off. I was really thinking hard about that now that I turned it off. Foreground FPS. Background. Those are okay. My UI scale. I was using that earlier. The UI scale thing. I got a Intel or NVIDIA GeForce GT. I'm telling it to specifically use that. I'm going to tell it to auto detect. The way my laptop works is I got that integrated one. It's okay. But then I also have the NVIDIA one, and they work together. Whoa, when I did that, I jumped up to 80. I think I may have solved all my woes. But oh yeah. Yeah, it froze on me. Okay, so Let me restart the game then. Because the game froze because I changed the source. I want to see if that worked though. I'm going to just log out here then. I'll restart the game. This should be interesting. I think this is going to do something cool. I think I may have solved all my graphic woes. We'll give that a second. 4. You can still see me, right? Yeah. 3, 2, 1. Oh man, if this is wonderful, I'm gonna stream a lot. I'm gonna stream a lot. Oh, okay, here we go. Psycho Crusher. Oh, flim flam and father muck. Okay, let's do this. I might just do a music stream. It's been a little while, and yeah, do a music stream. A little worry there at first. It said 2 FPS. Oh yeah, that solved it. Whatever the problem was before, there's no longer one now. Okay, so let's go slay Hex Priest Harka. I'm gonna use the. This reminds me of the Barons. I'm gonna use the Barons method. Don't get stuck, buddy. Parkour. Parkour. The Barons method for the win. I don't know if you guys noticed this, but my mount isn't running the way he used to. He's taking longer strides, longer appropriate strides. Which I'm actually really grateful for. I'm glad. Blake Whaled Pauldrons. They're just reskins of the same thing. I got a sneeze. Let me mute. Bless me. Okay. Old Gente. Face. If you go too far, it goes underwater. There we go. Oh yeah. Graphics is sexy now. We capped it at 60 FPS down here. I am a little worried though, because we're not dropping frames though. Maybe I don't have to worry. My concern is that with the increased resolution and higher frame rate, my concern is that you guys watching on the stream or on YouTube or Twitch, excuse me, are going to have a little bit harder time buffering the video. If that's the case, I can bring it back down to 1280 by 720, which I think I have the resolution downscale already set that way, so I don't know, we'll see. I'll watch this back and see if it's detrimental. But I like this better. I got more room on the screen, more real estate. I'd like to just keep it like this if I can. Swift landing. Mount speed increased by 20%. Oh, that's the option I chose on Psycho Crusher. Psycho Crusher is a little different than my other tunes. He's got the that mount speed increase thing, the swift landing class. I don't know what to call it. It's the upgrade you get on the ship whenever you're down by the ship. I have a few percentage to get Azerite for the Horde on island expeditions, or a few percentage to get the mysterious treasure map from island expeditions. I could run some of those. I want to get in a mythic group, but I also want to finish these dailies. You know, I'll probably just I'll do these emissaries. I got my loot specialization set to prot, so the rewards I'll get from those will beef up my prot set. And then I'll probably just switch over to Epicpro and finish leveling him. I want him to be my tank. I want him to be my tank slash healer. I say healer, but I haven't played healer on him. I played it last expansion, and some of the beta I played it, so I know it's okay. I know it's a good heal, like healy spec. Resto druids, that is. But I don't know, something about sitting back and casting. That's why, I mean, when I was running on my pally, I much rather prefer to heal on my pally because he can sit in melee and blow shit up while he's healing. Like, he can actually contribute to the DPS and speed up the runs and stuff. Whereas, I mean, Epicpro can too. I could throw out, like, you know, solar flares or solar... I could throw out wraths and sunfires and moonfires and what are they called? Lunar strikes, I think it's called. And do like caster DPS, but I'd much rather prefer melee deeps as I heal, which sounds weird, but it's fun. Okay. Now we just have to find out if this Slithering Gulch, yeah, we should be able to. I was worried we'd be blocked by the Temple of Sethralis up here. But it doesn't look like we will be. I came to this one because this is going to give me Champions of Azeroth. The Azerite Empowerment quest here is Champions of Azeroth and Voldunai rep. So the Voldunai is the other emissary. And I need to do 4 of those. But 2 birds with 1 stone. Every time I get a chance, I prefer to work things that way. It's kind of why I stream the way I do, because I can do 2 birds with 1 stone in a long stream. If I go on a rant, I can cut that little rant video out and have my full live stream, like my regularly scheduled live stream, but then like a little special offshoot whenever I decide to rant about something. Looks like there's quite a few people here waiting for this guy. He should melt pretty quickly then. Oh yeah, he's going down fast. Thank you. Now, our final Champions of Azeroth rep is going to be on a different continent. Alright, so we'll just finish out the ones here then. I don't know why. I know that there's a reward for doing... I know there's a reward for doing emissaries as a tank. But I almost always get DPS items, like the 2-handed swords and stuff popping up on my world quest list. Is that because of my spec? Or is that true for everybody? Does everybody see those rewards? Because I'd like to get... There's a world quest shield, blue quality shield, of the same item level. Like, this is a 330 plus. I'd much rather get a shield that's a 330 plus. Considering my shield's 266 currently. That would be huge for me. So I'm kind of like working my professions here and there just a little bit to address that issue. because as long as it takes for me to craft that shield, I'm hoping I'll actually get a drop of a shield before I actually have to craft it. I don't know. It seems like a time sink working on professions for me, though. I'm not out in the world running around enough to just have the mats passively. When I was leveling, I did, but I don't actually set aside time out of my day to run around and gather mats. I'd much rather do something more interesting, like running dungeons or completing emissaries. It's quite a big dude here. He's got a huge hitbox. Pinkrose says, bad, had first injections today, so been unwell a bit. Hi Elude, how's he doing today? What's up, Pinkrose? Oh, the baby had first injections today. Oh, okay. Yeah, that's rough. They give him in the thighs, shoot her up. Yeah, whenever our son Alex got his injections, I felt awful. It was like, I think he had like 4 shots or whatever in his thighs. I was like, damn. They be stabbing babies up. These doctors don't care. But yeah, I mean, I don't know. Would that be considered growing pains? But I'm glad that it's over with. At least now you don't have to worry about that anymore. It's taken care of. Baby has to recover from that. I'm doing my world quest, trying to get my champions at Azeroth up. If I can just hit revered with this final faction, I can be done with all this Pathfinder crap. 3 in the legs? Ah, okay. And it was like 3 or 4 or 6 or something. It's what made me feel bad was like their tiny little chubby legs and then those big old band-aids. It's like, the band-aids look big. I mean, they're small bandages, but they look big on the tiny little legs. You feel bad.
There is a dangerous creature nearby.
Songstress. Alright, let's take it. How's the stream looking? Because I changed some graphic settings. I'm now doing 1080p instead of 720p. Got baby asleep on you? Right on. Yeah, whenever I was on block leave after I got back from Iraq, my son was still new to the world and I had like a month off. So every day for the nap, we would fall asleep watching, I think, Rachel Ray's cooking show. And then after that, like, there were a few cooking shows on the Food Network. I'd be laying on the sofa and then he would lay on my chest and we'd watch them together until he took his nap. And usually by the time those shows were over, he'd be waking up from his nap. But yeah, that was our bonding time. Belly time. I put his belly on my belly. But sometimes I'd take a nap too. It was nice. It's crazy now he's gonna be 10 years old in days now. It's like almost not even a full month. And he was so little. It's crazy too because you can't wait for them to start talking, because it's all just like gibberish and baby babble and stuff for a while. Try to teach them words and stuff, and then when you finally do teach them to talk, they won't be quiet after that. They keep talking forever. Looks good? Okay. Does it look better than normal? My mage is about 2 bars to level 120. Oh, hell yeah. We'll get into some island expeditions or something then. I wanted to try to, like, yesterday we were trying to do them dungeons and stuff. I wanted to see if we could at least try to get some gear for you before you hit max. Because that's going to be the struggle there is, well, you know, those final 2 bars, it might be better spent just running around questing up to friendly, because that's kind of annoying whenever you max out and you don't have friendly with everybody, and you still got to do all these little initial starter quests in every zone just to get your Flight Master's Whistle. Volpira Hideaway. So the turn-in for the Voldenai is going to be right here, so I'll just go do this one. Brine Basin Wildlife. Yeah, I'm doing my emissaries on Psycho right now. The first hour of the stream was me troubleshooting, because, I don't know, I logged in, I had like 30 FPS down to 10 FPS, and it was like all over the place and bad. So I tweaked a few settings, and now we're running pretty solid, thankfully. You'll be on later? Okay, right on. I'm probably gonna, after I get done with the emissaries, I want to try to get into some mythics and stuff, but I may just switch to Epicpro and try to get him leveled up too. Running with Nightmare was pretty fun. My Pally was pretty interesting, seeing how the I don't even know what you'd call it, the DPS, like, honestly, it's like OG Ret. It's because back in the day when you went Retribution on your Pally in Vanilla, or even BC, you're almost always stuck side healing and buffing and stuff. Except now your DPS is more effective, and your heals are more effective in Holy. So that's kind of fun, blowing stuff up. As I get higher from that 110 level range, the DPS will become more and more underwhelming, and then I'll probably switch more and more to just healing. But it was interesting. There's just a lot to manage whenever I'm playing like that, like with the DPS, the damage dealing rotation, and then also trying to make sure people are topped off and everything. It's very involved, which I like. I really like that, how involved it is, how it's not super straightforward. But yeah, I don't know what this wants. I might have just committed suicide. Nah, I got this. I got lightning for some reason. I don't know what that's about. Invalid target? What does it want? Blast the enemy with a bolt of lightning that inflicts damage and stuns. Oh, okay. I wonder what that's about. Maybe it's to get the stuff out of the sky? I only gotta just kill 8 of them. Maybe it's to get the stuff out of the air. I don't know. Okie dokie. Did they make the camera zoom out more? I remember them taking that away. Camera. Auto follow speed never adjusts. Yeah. There used to be a slider, I think, that would allow you to zoom your camera out even further. Lol, I like Pallies. You like Pallies, Pinkrose? Yeah, I remember when we were in Ascension, we both pretty much made paladins. Like, the first thing we could, that's the first thing I did was make a paladin. And I'd always imagined a paladin mixed with a shaman, like an enhancement shaman, being like really crazy. But I had the BC version in mind. I never really played vanilla pallies. So just having the vanilla abilities wasn't too crazy like I thought it would be. Glowing Azurite Geode. Take care of yourself. Ghostly Explorer Skull. Place the skull on the ground so it could see the cool place you're at. Pack of mini pockets. 30 slot bag. Ooh. 30 slot. Do I have? 22, 22, 24. Oh shit, we're going to get rid of the Dragon Hide bag. 2,500 gold. Oh, I don't know about that. Just buying this stuff is so expensive. And then the campfire, desert flute. These toys are expensive. At least they're always available. I'll come back for them whenever I'm rich. I'm not rich enough for that yet. Okay. We got one more Champions of Azeroth quest to do, which is going to be on the other continent. So, might as well just fly. I was thinking about Hearthing, but I'm going to have to fly anyways. Alright, so we're en route. Battlegrounds. We got to win 4 BGs. I'm going to queue for some BGs, so at least have something else going on. And then we're going to get a good one-handed sword from running Battlegrounds. I don't know if... I haven't really thought about it, but... I mean, do you think it would be feasible or viable for a Fury Warrior to run with one-handed weapons? No, right? Because Titan's Grip... I mean, I think you suffer a penalty with Titan's Grip, though. Allows you to dual wield a pair of two-handed weapons. But it doesn't actually specify that you're being penalized. It used to be you took like a 15% damage reduction penalty or something with Titan's Grip. I forget what exactly it was, but I know it was some kind of a damage reduction when you had two-handers. And then the same was true just with dual wielding. Like you had a hit rating. Like all of a sudden you went from needing like 8% hit rating to like 24 for all your white attacks to hit. Unshackled Fury. Damage done while enraged is increased. Enraged. Becoming enraged increases your damage down by 27%, haste by 25, and speed by 10. Bloodthirst has a 30% chance to enrage you. Rampage always enrages you. Raging Blow. I had to put in work this morning. I was wore out. 50%? It was a 50% damage reduction with Titan's Grip. It's crazy. Now, if that's still the case, it's hidden information. Yeah, right now I got 102% damage. I wonder if I could put 2 one-handers on. Do I have 2 one-handers? Yes, I do. Alright, we'll put that one in the main hand, this in the off hand. 103%. I do this optimizer, the Ask Mr. Robot optimizing thing. And I tell it to choose the best items out of my bags. And I can do that as long as I'm paying the premium for it to be able to look in my bags and tell me what to do or whatever. But I would think if this was a viable option, and if it did more damage, that it would actually recommend that I do it this way. But I'm going to see. I'm just going to, just for science purposes, I'm going to see how this plays. Hands. These are armor cache. Finger. Helm. Shoulders. I actually wanted to get some Alright, let's see which one of these is closest to a flight path. This one's out in the mountains. Let's go back. It's that one. This one is not too far from that flight path. It's kind of up in the mountains as well, though. So far, Drusvar is the one I'm going for, and this one's that. Tier Guard. If this one's any closer to a flight path, I'll go for it. This one has gold and has the right madness. I think I'm gonna hit up the Drusvar one.
Speak up. Get moving.
Why is that lady so impatient with me? I know she's sailing a boat that's docked in a bay, so she's probably very busy. But geez. This morning I did a very raw and uncut and low quality and low production workout video. And then I cooked breakfast afterwards. But I recorded it all. I was gonna see if I wanted to edit it and then, like, you know, chop it down to like the main key points or whatever. My mic was doing that thing where I was like
Hello.
I don't know what else you'd call it other than it's like the distorted chipmunk voice that I do sometimes with my microphone being all whacked out. I was kind of talking to the camera, but for the most part I was trying to just ignore it and just do my thing. And yeah, I was thinking that'll probably go into the archives and have that for like whenever I become Asmon Gold or whenever I become S-Fan. When I get up to the level of celebrity, I'll be like, hey, look, this is what I used to do back in the day. Part of my journey, the documentary type thing. That's really what I'm doing. It's just like I'm documenting all this time, like all the effort and work that I put into the streaming and the lifestyle that comes with it. That's kind of what I'm beginning to convince myself to lean towards, is the lifestyle of maintaining streaming full time, because there's a lot off camera that needs to happen in order for it to come to on camera to begin with. You know, just like the wife and the kids and maintaining the house and trying to keep my physical fitness and mental well-being going. I do a lot of lectures and philosophy and spiritual type stuff, and all that's undocumented, all that's like not on camera anywhere. So I figure I could at least have some archive of it, where if I do anything that's worth mentioning, I could be like, hey, this is all the stuff that happened in the background while you weren't able to see. But only if I like become an authority in any way on the subject. But the main goal is to just like take away people's excuses to not try or do anything at all. Because I could definitely use a lot of my situation and circumstance as excuses. The one-handers don't let me use my moves, so I'm gonna switch. And this is gonna let me switch. I have a one-handed. Okay, no, I have them both now. It's interesting because when I switched, my Mog isn't working. And I can't use my ability still, even though I'm wearing the two-handers. Oh no. I did something wrong. Here, equip. There it goes. Look, why do they look like that? They should be mogged. Anyways. So yeah, those things. That's the Elude IRL, Elude behind the scenes type thing. Or even the Elude part of the Elude Stalwart as well. Because I think there's a certain amount of subconscious personality traits in my name. That's, I mean, when I came up with the name, it was kind of intentional, but kind of just like more of a necessity of the branding, I guess, because I mean everybody should have their own brand in what they're doing, even if it's just like working at a 9-to-5 job. Like, you should put your spin on it, some part of an essence that is you in that. And I think that's kind of what the Elude Stalwart thing is. It's like, it's kind of what I bring to the table. I need a good mog for my mage. Mage mog. I don't know. Other than, I mean, what I would do is get some of that. I mean, this is the good week to do it as well. Once you hit 120, I would step straight into Battlegrounds, because that'll help your item level. But then also, you'd get those tokens, these marks of honor. And then after you get, I think it's 12, but it may be less now, because in Legion, whenever you had 12 marks of honor, you could go get those PvP sets. And those are full complete sets you could buy. And just for that purpose, for the moggings, that could be pretty good. Pete Vega, what's up, man? Welcome back to the stream. Long time no see. You're an Elude Stalwart as well. That harkens back to what I was just talking about. Like, he's elusive in the fact that he's not always here, but he's stalwart in the fact that he comes back. Y'all all part of the Stalwart Vanguard. And I don't know, like, Pete Vega, do you actually play World of Warcraft, the Battle for Azeroth one? Do you play the current expansion in WoW? I'd be curious to know if you're like, you know, Horde and Alliance, NA or EU. I don't know where this turns in. Champions of Azeroth. I realize it's kind of quiet on the stream lately too. I do that on purpose. A lot of the reason why I have been turning the music down and even the game volume down a bit more, like I have been, is because I watch these back. Like, almost every episode that I record, I watch back later whenever I'm like cleaning the house and stuff like that, or whenever I'm away from the house and I just got time to stare at a video. I'll watch other people's videos and listen to lectures and stuff like that, but I also have, like, I don't know, it's like maybe this is a podcast style thing, because I'll have this video up and I'll be listening to it back and doing something else productive. And I'm really, when I'm talking to you guys, I'm actually talking to myself too. Like, I'm part of my audience. And having the game volume and the music volume turned down like this, I mean, for some people it could be kind of boring, or I'm not even sure, but the point is, having it set up this way allows you to play alongside me. So in whatever game you're playing, if you're interested in WoW, or maybe you're just interested in the conversation topics, or even the social interactions that I get in, I can listen to music in the background as well as watch this video. And the audio doesn't get interfered by that. So if you're a viewer and you want to actually have, like, you know, a little bit more of an enriched experience watching my stream, I mean, even if I were watching myself live, I do this on a lot of other people's videos, that whenever I watch them live, I'll play them back at a 1.25 times speed increase, and that way the cadence is a little faster. And then also I'll just play music in the background as well, so I can create kind of like my own environment that way. And I hope that that's what you guys do too. I hope you play alongside of me in whatever you're doing. Or like Pete Vega. Pete Vega's a good example as well, because he goes out and works out at the gym and listens along, and that's cool too. Like, that's how I imagine my content being consumed, and that's actually how I consume it as well. But yeah, I mean, little tangent there. Pete Vegas says, miss you guys. Yeah, man, when Classic comes out, I would hope to see you. I think that would be really cool for the Stalwart Vanguard to get all in on Classic. The reason why I was asking was I did start, they have the communities feature in WoW now. So I got the Stalwart Vanguard that I've invited people to. And we're starting to get the TSV back together. This is the retail TSV though. The NA Horde TSV that is. Yo! Good morning. Looks like we got Bluestrider on. Yeah, we do, man. We miss playing with you. I mean, I don't want to go to the Project Ascension stuff, though. I felt like, I don't know. Project Ascension had a few different things going on with it that I was, that I really enjoyed, but I really didn't, like, enjoy at the same time. Like, it's hard to get into a game that's rules change so much. And, I don't know, maybe it was just, like, the in-game as well didn't have as much going on. I was kind of rerunning the same, what was it, Blackrock Depths? Or, not BRD, but, what was the name of that dungeon? BFD? Black Fathom Depths? Is that right? We were running that same raid over and over. And it was the pre-dungeon set gearing raid or whatever. But yeah, I mean, I got tired of doing the same stuff. I know it changed and new stuff came out and all that. But retail's got all the new hotness going and the classes and all my account. Like, I put so many years into this account. I got like one of all these tunes and they're all different like extensions of my personality. Like, I play Psycho Crusher whenever I just want to go romp and stomp things. And I play my Paladin whenever I want to be like, I don't know, more pally. I think it says narrated. Yeah, I try to just narrate. But it's not for everybody. Oh, this is cool. We got these orcs sitting here banging on the drums, and that's where the music's coming from. Doom, dicka, doom, dicka, dicka, dicka. I noticed, even though I do have the music turned down, there's a couple of, like the Dark Shore. When you go do the initial Dark Shore invasion, you meet up with like Malfurion and them. There's music anyways, and you can't turn it down. There's no way to actually alter it. P-Vegas said good. Right on. You like it? That's cool. I mean, I like that people are like that. We have our own little niche. And that's what I think is the most important thing about the Stalwart Vanguard is it's its own niche. Like, it's not for everybody, but the few that it's for, that's what it's for. That's the point. And what's cool is like in doing this, and since I started like a year ago or so, I've started seeing other people that do the same. Like other people that have their own version or narrative. Alright, so we're finna do some battlegrounds. We got a sign of battle, 50% increased. What is it? Honor gains from battleground objectives and wins increased by 50%. Now, the goal here is just to interrupt. You don't have to cap everything. You're doing your job if you're just interrupting everything. Ah, they stunned me. See? They didn't get that the whole time I was there. I was severely outnumbered, severely outmanned, but I interrupted them from capping that objective. A lot of the times in these capture the flag or domination style matches, that's all that's required for your team to win. It's just interrupt. And you don't have to, like, you know, get the most kills or the highest damage or the most killing blows. You just have to run out and slap somebody that's trying to take your flag. That's it. So I go to the ones that nobody else is at. I'll let them be the master cappers. They can cap if they want. But I'm looking for those 1 and 2 people that are trying to cap these objectives, and I want to keep them from doing that. I actually ended up getting this one by myself, so that was lucky. Claim Jumper. I haven't done very much PvP on Psycho Crusher, I don't think, so you might see quite a few achieves pop up whenever I just do normal mundane things. So just interrupting here, not actually trying to save the day or anything. We want to hold these guys off as long as it takes for our team to show up. Now they're going straight back to capping. And we're slowing them down. Like, that's all it takes. We're cannon fodder. That's what we really are. It's just cannon fodder. We're absorbing the blows and the impact for our team to do what they do effectively. Open fire. Oh, did I not get it? Oh, I'm picking these up, but I'm not using them. Okay, hold on. What is it? Where is it at? Do I have stacks or something? I should have a potion, right? Damn. Okay, I don't want to waste too much time. Still looking at my bags, kind of. Okay, let's go off this way. I see him trying to cap that. We got some teammates over there. Let's go for the one our teammates are not at. Okay, they capped it. Ow. I shouldn't be chasing this warlock. He's baiting me. I need to get this way. Get out of here with your weakness. This warlock has got a jonesing for me. Oh, don't mind if I do, buddy. That felt pretty good. It's just running around and bouncing and smacking and slapping people. Psycho Crusher makes me smile. Because he's like a Psycho Crusher. It looks like that one's going to be pretty much left alone. I'm going to go this way and try to help out the majority of our folk. Looks like we got a pretty good number on that node. Looks like we got some people outnumbering us on this one. Now, for my PvP talents on Psycho, I chose... There's a talent I have that's... if I Raging Blow twice in a row, I get a heal from that. Now, if I have my commanding shout up, then come on, there we go. Got to be in melee range in order to use that intimidating shout for whatever reason. But if I have my commanding shout up, that increases the amount of hit points I have. And in doing so, my Raging Blow heal, since it's percentage based, actually heals for more. Now my job is just to make this healer's life miserable. I don't expect to kill him, but I want to make his life miserable. I want him to feel that I'm here around. So I'm interrupting and I'm slowing him. My favorite thing about slowing is that they can't focus whenever they're snared because they're not moving as fast as they are used to. A lot of the times if it's kind of chaotic like this, it throws them off just enough for you to get that tactical advantage, demoralizing them. That's my job in PvP, is just to let people know that I'm beating on them. I don't care if I win the battle or not, but they're going to get interrupted and slowed and stunned as much as I'm capable. You done, son? Always go for the one with the lowest hit points. Also, prioritize healers. If you can see other people attacking something, try to help people attack them. Like right now, there's 4 people attacking that guy. That was the perfect person to mess with. Dragon's Roar. Alright, there's too many of us here now. We need to spread out. I'm going to get away. We have an Ellie, or a shaman of some sort, saying help. His name's Fawi. Okay, he's on this node to the east by himself. We got a few team members going that way. I'm going to head to the southernmost one because no team members are there. Also, the westernmost one might be worth checking out, but I feel like I slept on that one too long. So I'm just going to stick with my guns here. Hit the southernmost one. Hope for an easy free cap. I don't know if it's going to actually work out that way. As soon as it starts spawning, I'm going to start tapping it. Here comes somebody right now. Let's see if we can get it before this guy touches us. If they're smart, they're going to do what I was talking about and just tag me. Got him! That made him mad. Just messing him up by hopping him around. Oh, he's mad about that one. He's got to be mad about that one. I don't want to leave that pally alone. Opportunistic fear there. Oh, you think you tough, don't you, buddy? You're fighting mid, though. As long as I can keep 2 of these guys out here. Oh, I didn't get it off. I tried really quickly to try to do something fancy, but it didn't work. I got a little froze up there. I got my heroic leap on my number 12 on my little Naga type mouse here. I say Naga because people know what that is, but it's a red dragon mouse. So that was it. I mean, I didn't really do anything too special there. I just interrupted people trying to cap. That was my main goal. And then where there was a large group of people, I tried to stay on the healer and slow and interrupt him as much as possible. Those are both our emissaries. I think I want to save the rest of the PvP-ness for maybe when Pinkrose gets on, because this is my geared guy, and I think it'll be more fun to run with Pinkrose on a pretty geared person than 2 under-geared people just starting out. I felt like I'd probably be more of a detriment on a low... Excuse me, I'm burping. Woo. So we got some marks of honor, and then this is also what I was talking about, like doing these battlegrounds earlier. The marks of honor are going to be really good for buying the Legion season PvP items. I really got to get all these bracers off, but I don't have the bag space. Okay, so switching it up, I'm going to go to Epicpro and run on him for a bit. And in the meantime, I'm going to go bio. So let me take a quick bio break, come right back. Epicpro, 3 levels. I think we could do that pretty quickly. Yeah, so BRB. Alright, I'm back. Titan Residium? What is this? Unpowered remnants of Azerite covered by, or coveted by ethereal traders in Borealis and Zandalar. Mythic Keystone weekly chest by scrapping or disenchanting. Huh. Interesting. Okay, so reach level 118 to continue. What do we want to do on Epicpro? I am listening. Does he have to be friendly with everybody for his stuff to transfer? Welcome back. Thank you, Pinkrose. I was out there just questing on him, but I'm pretty much done questing. Tanking dungeons too. I'll probably just run some island expeditions. I don't know, cause I got 30 minutes left on that XP bonus I got from yesterday's incursion. And speaking of incursions, I think it's important to keep track of what when those are occurring. But I don't know when the next one is. I know that we had one last night at like 1 a.m. or 12 a.m. But I missed that. It's only active for 7 hours. So I would have had to have woke up like really early, I guess, in order to run it. Maybe that's I don't want them incursions to dictate my schedule though. Alright, I'm just gonna do some island expeditions. And I'm gonna go kitty. Oh, here. There we go. Ka-doom. Alright, so kitty set go. Also, I don't know if Tell Me When's up to date on this. Yeah, okay, so I've been trying to do this Tell Me When import for a while now, and it largely does not want to cooperate. So I'm going to do some finagling here. So let's see. Let me show y'all guys. So browser. That's actually fine. I have my browser set up for that 1280 by 720p. I'm just going to keep it like that. Ask Mr. Robot. Oh, no, not Ask Mr. Robot. Let's go to Chesder. Chesder? Chesder is where I get my Tell Me When profiles. Now, the thing about this Chesder Tell Me When profiles, this is Druid. For the Druid specifically, there are so many there's so many lines of code for importing that string that oftentimes whenever I try to paste it into my game, it crashes the game. So I'm gonna fill this out. This is gonna work, okay? It's gonna work. So I'm gonna go Notepad, and I'm gonna show you guys this Notepad and what it's gonna do. This is the problem I have. See, this is the problem. Window capture, okay. Notepad. Here's the Notepad. Right here. You're gonna see how nuts this is. I'll put it right there. Fade it. Alright, so this is the string of code Chesder wants me to import into the game. Yeah, I'm going to skip that pop and then I'll get in the next one. Okay, so check it out. This is from left to right. All of these characters here is all of what I need to import into Tell Me When. That's left to right. Here, we're at the bottom of the up and down. So this is all the code that Druids need in order to perform properly. So this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to start at the very top, at the very left. I'm going to take all this code here, and I'm going to cut it. So I just cut. Now I'm going to go into game, and this is just one chunk of that, okay? I'm going to paste it in just like that. Alright, so one small amount of code, let me move that down to where you can see. It's going right here. What I cut off just now, I just pasted in just before your eyes, okay? So now, back to the Tell Me When profile notepad. I'm going to take this much and cut it. And I'm going to go back down to the game and paste the rest of that in. That took a little longer, but it took it fast. Like, it's still working. Okay, now I'm going to take this amount of code here. And then I'm going to cut it. And how I'm cutting this is Control X. Now I'm going to the game, Tell Me When profile, paste. The problem is, all that text being imported into the game all at once crashes my game. So doing it by little bites right here. Before, I was trying to shove an entire triple stacker cheeseburger in my mouth all at once. And all it was happening was I was just getting everywhere, just making a mess, and my game would crash. So now I'm taking small bites of this triple stacker hamburger and pasting it in the game one bite at a time. Okay. Here's another bite. Cut it. Back to the game. Paste it. And this is how you have to import the Druid's profile, apparently. Alright, another bite. Cut it. Paste it. Another bite. And we'll get a little process, we'll get a little momentum going here. So the more we do, the quicker we're going to get at it here. Cut. Paste. And the game's freezing for a second, but then it just goes through. Okay, cut that. Paste that. And if I do any of these wrong, the whole line of code might as well have just been whack. Okay, cut it. Paste it. Alright, cutting this one. Pasting this one. And I'd say we're probably about 3/4 of the way done now. Cut it. Paste it. To get an idea of how long this is going to take, there's a slider right here. You can see it starting to get bigger. Alright, we're done with that. Cut it. Paste it. So this shows you just the complexity of the Druid, I guess. How much goes into tracking, and this is all the specs, by the way. This is resto, and that's part of the reason why it's so rough, because the Druids have 4 specs. They're the one class that has 4 different specializations, and each of those specializations have the buffs and the debuffs and the spells and the cooldowns and all the different forms of shape-shifting and all that stuff all packed in. And Tell Me When has to manage all that shit. So you're really asking a lot from this add-on whenever you're doing a Druid. What add-ons do I use? I have a link down in the description that had my add-ons. I can actually list them for you too, but I wonder if that link is even still relevant, because that's a good question. I might have to update it. But my big ones, the biggest ones that I use are Tell Me When, Details, Elvui changes the way everything looks, Altaholic to manage all my alts. If I had to cut all the crap out though, if I just wanted the add-ons that actually help my character function, it's easy because it's just Tell Me When, Details, DBM. Oh, I may have fucked that up there. Oh no, I think I did. We're gonna find out. Hopefully that space doesn't mess anything up. But yeah, DBM, Tell Me When, Details. Those are the ones I would have to have. And that's to step into mythics, to step into raids, to do stuff out in the world. And then like all the other stuff, the pretty looking stuff like Elvui and the nameplates and all that stuff, like those are okay. But I also have like, you know, Altaholic. Auctionator is my auction add-on, not auctioneer, auctionator, like Terminator, but auction. I use. I'm trying to think. I don't really know if there's very much more than that. Oh, another good one for just questing efficiently and not being the talking head frames is I really like You Only See It Once. That's the name of it. You only see it once. So whenever you're running around questing and you enter the same world quest that you've done the same like you've done for like, you know, a week straight, and in the diamond bronzebeard guy is like, champion, the Azarites wound and you must heal and collect and gather, blah blah blah. Like that guy, or any of the Nathanos or Sylvanas like RP type stuff, all those things, they pop up again and again, and a lot of the times I'm talking in voice chat and it's just annoying. So You Only Hear It Once is really good for that. I'll list it in a minute. Okay, import these things. And there it is. So I just had to bite it out chunk by chunk in order to get it to work the way it's supposed to. So yeah, I actually managed to import his profile. This feels good because it's been a long while that I haven't been able to run with the accurate tell me when on Epicpro. This could be game changing. And I'm going to actually show you Pinkrose in a second, so just give me a second. I'll just I'll get this going here. Detail, okay. Minimalist details. Get all my stuff set up the right way. TM dubs. Now we got the proper look for everything. We're walking around for some reason. Okay, these are my add-ons. Altaholic. I told you about that one. That's the one that manages all my alts. We also have Ask Mr. Robot. Ask Mr. Robot's one that I use, where I could get this line of code and export it to the website. So to show you what that looks like, this is the Ask Mr. Robot website. I can go to optimize. New gear rankings published. New. 8.1 is live. And I got a little notification. Oh, that's what that is. So Ask Mr. Robot's really cool because I could take this line of code from the game, which you can't really see, but I copy that from the add-on, and then I go over here to the web browser and I import it into this box, and it's like, this is Epicpro. I set my gem quality on uncommon, weapons and cheap ring, and it says, hey, you're missing all these enchants. You can get a lot more crit on your gear, and this is how much more DPS you will do if you do that. And I like that. And I could also set it up. I could be like, nah, I don't want to be single target. I want to go multi-target. And I could set that as my strategy, and everything else will change. So like, just for giggles, now I'm a multi-target. Go back. Haste, 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 haste. And if I do that, I'll get almost 13 DPS in a multi-target situation. And then single target, if I want to be good at single target, it's telling me crit. Single target, set it as my strategy, do a gear trick. Crit, 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 crit. So that's what I do. I always say single target because my idea is if I can do more DPS in a single target, it's easy to AoE later because like you got the AoE abilities, but you can just put most of your damage into a single target in front of you in AoE. I don't know. It's like it works for me, for my playstyle. But okay, so that's Ask Mr. Robot, and sorry about the tangent. Let me just take this to live. So Altaholic, Ask Mr. Robot, Auctionator. Auctionator is my auctioneer add-on, and that tells me how much stuff goes for on market. So whenever I mouse over fish right here, I haven't seen any of these. You have to go to the auction house to get up-to-date pricing And Auctionator just helps you manage that, I guess. Data store, this is all for my Altaholic add-on. Details is my damage meter. It's also, it gives me other things like healing done, enemy damage, deaths, my spells. I like my spells. It shows that, oh, I spam Moonfire, you know, 40% of the time I'm in a dungeon. And then all these other moves after that. It also keeps track of debuffs. So it'll tell me that the Hunter was keeping the most debuffs up that last run. Cooldowns, shows the cooldowns I used. Buff up time. All the buffs that I was keeping up the whole time. So details is really good for all that. It shows you the details. E-align. I use E-align because I don't want to trigger anybody whenever I have my UI up. It gives me these little squares. So I get this grid that I can actually line up all my add-on stuff to. So E-align is good for that. That's just /align. I got the macro toolkit and macro icon data. I don't have it active right now, but those let you do longer macros if you want to do like a really long line of. For example, whenever I was in Pandaria, I wanted to go get all the treasure chests, and using handy notes here with the macro toolkit, I was able to just put a long line of code, like tell me when almost, in for just a macro to set waypoints. Outfitter helps me because if I wanted to go here, for example, I wanted to make like a new outfit, and if I called that, let's say, haste, I want to generate an outfit. I can go to base stats, haste, and then I can just say, okay. So I can tell this outfitter add-on to just put on all of my haste gear. So now this is all the haste gear I have. My haste is up to 18.9. Now I can actually delete that and say instead I want to generate an outfit that uses nothing but mastery. Mastery's 30 right now. Actually, mastery is probably not a good one because I think I'm already set up for mastery. Let's say versatility. I want to make an outfit that just uses versatility. I'll call it verse. And as much versatility as I have in my bags, it'll just equip it all. My versatility is now 6.5, 3.2. Whereas before, in my normal kitty outfit, my versatility was 2.5 and 1.2. So Outfitter is good for that if you want to just like experiment with different stats and find out like what those builds will do in your DPS rotations and stuff. And I don't even know if this is an up-to-date outfit, this kitty one that I have. So I'm going to actually use the in-game one. Okay, yeah, this is my actual kitty outfit then. So it kind of talks to the in-game one. So Outfitter is good for that. Pawn is my add-on that I use to track stat weights. And that's more for me than anything. Like, I can see with Ask Mr. Robot, the scale that it told me to import prioritizes haste first, then crit, then mastery, then versatility, or then versatility, then mastery. So mastery is actually my weakest stat. So I'm actually optimized away from mastery right now. So it could be interesting for me to try a full mastery build. Mastery. Let's see how high we can get our mastery. And this is just with the items I have in my bags. And rebuild for, let's say, mastery. Okay. Mastery goes up to almost 40%. That's not bad. 37%. So that's all the mastery set. And mastery makes it to where damage done by cat form bleed abilities and finishing moves. That's cool. But yeah, that's really just like a food for thought add-on for me. Go back to kitties. And then Personal Loot Helper. PLH, Personal Loot Helper is really good because in a dungeon, and especially for you while you're leveling right now, if you're running in a dungeon and an item drops that's an upgrade for you, PLH will actually whisper you and it'll be like, hey, that item the tank just got, that ring right there is a huge upgrade for you, and if you whisper them, you might get it from them. And for me, like I just have to push a button and it'll just run the little here PLH. It'll actually run the little there it is. I wish it wasn't like that, but it's showing here. Hi, do you need % item? Question mark? It's an upgrade for me, if not. So, like, you can make your own custom message. Like, hey, that's an upgrade, trade it to me. Like, however you want to flavor it your own way. This is how I made mine. I tell them, hey, do you need that item that just dropped? If it's an upgrade for me if you don't need it. And usually, often, just that one button press and whispering that guy will get you that item half the time if they don't need it. So PLH is good for that, and it'll talk to other people that have that add-on. So if I get an item that I don't need, I can actually push offer to group, and everybody else that has PLH will get that message. Raider IO, I don't really know or understand the purpose of this. I can mouse over people, and for example, like Cutesy Moopsy the Manslayer here from the Butt Naked Guild, or Ice Cream Bikini Girl, their Raider IO is telling me that their progress on this character is in Old Deer Normal. They've cleared 6 out of 8. So they've done 6 of the 8 bosses in Old Deer. So you could just have like a little tooltip for knowing somebody's progress or how experienced that player is on that character with Raider IO. I wouldn't live by it, but it's still good food for thought, I guess. Tell Me When's the one that tells me when to push buttons. World quest list is for the world quests. You only hear it once is the one I was talking about, spammy quests and RP. It kind of gets rid of that. It says remove those talking head shows whenever you enter a quest zone. So if you've already heard it once, you don't have to hear it again. And then Elvui, Elvui Shadows and Light. Elvui you have to actually get from the Elvui website. Elvui Shadow and Light you can download with the Curse client or the Twitch client. So that's a little confusing initially until you understand it, but Elvui from the website, that's where you get Elvui. DBM, Deadly Boss Mod, just comes with all this. It also has PvP stuff, but it's disabled for whatever reason. And that's pretty much it. So from A to D, those are my add-ons. So DBM, Elvui, Tell Me When, World Quest Lists, Details, excuse me, Ask Mr. Robot, Altaholic. Those are my add-ons. There's quite a bit of them, I guess. This is how much memory they're taking. Altogether, they're taking almost 400 megabytes of memory, which for me is not bad. I got 16 to 32, I think, gigs of memory on this laptop. I think it's 16 gigs of memory. So that's just a drop in the bucket for me. You can see the most resource hungry add-on is Tell Me When. Then Elvui, and then Outfitter and the rest. But yeah, those are the add-ons I have. And what's cool too is I think if you're in game and I'm in game and we both had like Twitch client, I think I could just send you the list of add-ons by typing some like / command at you. Can you send a list to Discord? Yeah, I got you. I'll let's do add-ons. I want to see if Twitch has some smart way of doing it, because that's where I'm downloading them from. So it'd be interesting to see if I could just like export something from Twitch. Let's see. Can I share my list of add-ons? It's not actually typing right now. Can I share my list of add-ons from the Twitch client with a friend? Question mark. Let's find out. That's nice. That notepad trick was awesome. Twitch guide to focusing on add-ons. Twitch, how to use friends feature. Wow, ads seeing. Friends of friends allows them. Let's see. Alright, and I'm opening Twitch at the same time. Friend sync. I wonder what that's about. Oh, World Quest List is updating. Alright, let me, I'll just close that for now. Ah, you can see my Twitch client. That's nice. Here. I'm going to actually make it my Twitch client. Okay. And, transform, fit to screen. So here's my Twitch client. Sync. What is sync? Alright, let's see. Scan, add game, settings, replay, UI wizard. What is UI wizard? Select add-ons to add. The UI wizard lets you share add-ons or create custom UI packs. This is exactly what I need. So I'll check all these. Those are all my add-ons. Enter a name for your pack. The TSV Special. No, we'll call it the Stalwart add-ons. The Stalwart add-ons. We'll say the Elude. Here, let's just say Elude's add-ons. Save. Is this really this easy? Because that would be so sexy. So it's called Add-on Pack CCIP. I'll just drop it on the desktop. Save. Add-on packs have been saved. Would you like to open the folder now? Sure. Well, that's so much easier than I thought it would be. What else do we have going on here? Okay. Alright, so Discord, go Gadget Discord. These are my add-ons. I'm going to add this link also to the description of this video, so anybody that's muscling through this content, listening in the background, you have access to this in my Discord. I'm going to bring the live stream video up. Live dashboard. I've been meaning to update my add-ons list in the description as well. So this will be a nice little thing I can add. Discord's still launching, so give it a second. Elvui. Twitch, Discord, Reddit, Facebook. Okay, so we'll add another section for add-ons. Let's go here, Control C, down, Enter, Control V. Here are my add-ons. It's a colon. What's that colon? My Twitch name is Zrosez. Zrosez. Okay, Zrosez. Alright, so TSV, Elude IRL, add an item. Are you down with CCIP? Yeah, you know me. CCIP. Let's sort by date, because I got a very busy desktop here. Okay, so this is 11/1, this is 10/18, 1/11. Okay, so this one, there it is. Open. Eludes add-ons. Upload. And then here's a link. Copy link. Whoops. I opened link. Copy link. Here we are. And Pinkrose, you said you're in Discord, right? At Pinkrose. And then I'll pin that. It'll be pinned. Oh yeah, pin it. Totally. And I'll also provide a link in the description of this video at the very bottom. here are my add-ons. Done, son. Okay, so that's all taken care of. And your Twitch name is Zrosez? I don't know if I can add you on Twitch as a... I guess I could, right? Zrosez. There's one with the WoW symbol, and then there's one that just has the default profile one. I'll add both of them, because I don't know which is you. Zrosez. It says you're online. There you go. Here's the link. Pardon the choo-choo. I'll give you a Macaulay Culkin eyebrows up thing too. Alright. So that's taken care of. Exit. We're going to close Discord. I don't want to run more processes than I need in the back. Alright, so if you need my add-ons, they're in the description below now. And also I got links on my Discord as well. I got you as a friend. Right on. Okay, I'm going to do some island expeditions. Fine crew. Now, I also, with Epicpro, need to go do my mission board progress stuff. Nature calls. Well-named mission there. Moo! Moo! Osama bin Wow. What's up, man? How's it going? We're playing some island expeditions right now. Just waiting for it to pop. Ooh, honor-bound rep? I think I'm gonna go with the Azurite on this dude. Gave me mod. Oh yeah, totally. You got mod, man. Congrats. Thromcar. Not enough war resources for the next tier. So I don't have any other kind of my level is 7, so new. Oh, nice. That's pretty cool. Osama been doing WoW for 7 levels. Please give me mod. I already did. You're welcome. Thank you for being my mod, man. Now, I need you to make sure that nobody acts up in chat, alright? If anybody does, you gotta, like, remove them. It's your responsibility, okay? Oh, enter scenario. Alright, so this island expedition is now ready. If you like the video, make sure to like the video. You gotta promote like that too. So make sure people are liking and subscribing as they should be. I don't take that modding very lightly, so make sure you're doing your job if you want to maintain it. Now, I have my kitty set on, but it's like putting an old one. Osama bin Wow's now part of the Stalwart Vanguard. Welcome to Stalwart Vanguard, man. If you want, down in the bottom we got the social media stuff. So you're welcome to join our Discord or even follow me on Twitter and Twitch and all that stuff. So welcome. Alright, we're going to get this island expedition knocked out here and hopefully bang out the last few levels that we have left in order to grow the Horde's influence across the world of Azeroth. There is a different looking rare over here. Oh, it's that thing. Last time I went for one of these, I got murked. Oh, yes. Oh, we're going to do this here. Oh, we actually got the... last time I tried to get the Azurite extractor, I just got my face pushed in. It was kind of cool now that I'll actually be able to see what that's going to do. I threw a flower at that guy. Oh, it's like... it's bringing all these foes... Ah, disoriented. Okay. Alright, alright. We need to watch out for the schmutz on the ground. Don't die, Dalshungalo. Don't die, Epicpro. Ah, snap. Don't kill me. Heal thyself. Okay. Oh, we survived that somehow. Feels good. Feels real good. We held it down. So that gave us an 800, well, 600 point advantage. So Osama bin Laden says, "Hello, Jay." Yeah. Right on, man. Alright. Let's go. Bring it on, buddy. Heal thyself. Let me out. Looks like they ran south. I'll catch up with them. Oh no, I'm bringing friends though. This dude's at 33% health. If we can get a Healy Orb, we might survive. Here's a Healy Orb. Yes. Okay. Now, can't root a Druid. I gotta get quicker on just shape-shifting out of those roots and snares. Now, we still have that Azurite Rupture icon up there, even though we've already addressed it. Oh no, there's like more coming out. I'm gonna drop down then. We must investigate. A Geoscatter? And then also a Coalesced Azurite? Guys, right above us. Come on north. Up here. Okay, they're going to the western part. I'll catch up with them. He's trying to gather it all. Okay. I'm just going to kill the little non-elites. I don't know how I aggroed all those from just hitting the one. Probably should have saved the Healy Orb for whenever we actually needed it. I got excited and just ran over it though. This is actually 3 of these, so I'll hit this one. Wow. We're booking it. We've got almost 4,000 already. Pinkrose, we're going to need to do some island expeditions when we get on, because this is much faster than it used to be. Looks like we can click the Azurite extractor. I'm going to activate it and see what happens. So, this is the same one, but it's giving us more. Okay. I ain't mad at that. Oh, snap. So, that wasn't very much. I think that's tapped, so we'll move on. What are all these little turtle eggs? I got a buff from it. Windwalking? No, that's not what I got from that. Pinkrose said, okay. Yeah, you're gonna come run these. Alright. Oh, got disoriented. Alright, so this tell me when, the big one is my single target rotation. The small one to the right is the next ability I'll need to use in my single target rotation. The small one just to the left is my AoE rotation. So I'll often be switching either from that single target one, oftentimes remembering what the next one's going to be whenever I'm activating that single target ability. So like in the back of my mind, I can get ready to hit that next button. But in an AoE situation, I'm just exclusively looking at that bottom left icon, this one here. And it'll often sometimes line up with the single target rotation because you don't have any other AoE that's going to be beneficial. Or it's more damage to get off that single target ability than AoE. So here, AoE, Claw, Berserk for the single target, switching to the single target abilities now. Yeah, so that's how I do that. It pays off a lot more in a longer fight. We got some pretty good deeps in our party right now. There's a shrine here. Don't mind if I do. This is a 30% healing done increase, healing taken increased, and dodge, block, and parry reduced. Which, I mean, we're not really dodge, blocking, or parrying as a kitty. Oh, there's the ally. It's the Alliance! Dizzy Dina. And then Razak Ironsides. Alright, who are they targeting? The medic bot? It's really easy to want to keep on just button mashing, but oftentimes it's worth saving your energy with the energy spending classes. I'm gonna stun this guy. I just went ahead and bit instead of raking there. And that too, like whenever you're fighting, you gotta keep in mind like the situation as well. So like if they're about to die, then there's no point in reapplying bleeds. It's much better to do a hard-hitting single target ability. Alright, so was that good? Was that good XP? 117. We're 23% into 117 ATM at the moment. Find crew. Alright, let's see. I'm just going to keep queuing for these because I don't really feel like questing on Epicpro. Just want to run island expeditions, I think. And they're quick enough, back-to-back queues, so that's fine. Is there a way to know when the invasion things happen? I didn't see it on Wowhead. I saw it yesterday, but I think the last one was like midnight to whatever. Wowhead. Wowhead invasion timer. Incursion. /2 incursions. Incursions. Last one was 12 a.m. to 7 a.m. server. Next one is 7 p.m. to 2 a.m. Enter scenario. I got confused because all the windows. I was off Googling. Somebody in the guild was like, is there a way to know when these incursions are going off? And the BFA incursions on Wowhead's listed. So the previous one was 12 a.m. to 7 a.m. like I thought it was. The next one's 7 p.m. to 12 a.m. And then the final one's 2 p.m. to 9 p.m. And I think that's this week's. I don't know if it keeps on repeating after that. Or these days. I don't know. Not actually sure. I know I want some of these. I don't know how my gear got switched out wrong. I'm not wearing the right stuff though. Shite. I'm gonna have to re-look at that because my stuff ain't set up the correct way. Alright, so looks like these guys want to fight these geodes. Alright. There should be little Orbeez that we can pick up. This has been a thing a lot lately. These little orbs. I don't know what that's doing. Are you supposed to collect these? Oh, those are azurite. No, those are explosive. Yeah, those are explosive. Yeah, those are bad. I thought they were good. Oh, you're supposed to use her necklace. So I gotta watch for those cracks in the earth as well. That's different and new. Still trying to get a handle on these in these what are they called again? Expeditions. We got 2 Demonology Warlocks. Is that right? No, I got something set up wrong here. Bars General, Bars Advanced, Bars Text, Bars General. Here we are. Specialization Alpha. So we got 1 Demonology Warlock and 1 Affliction? Or is that Destro? So Demonology and a Destro Warlock from the looks of it. If I'm reading that right. I wouldn't expect that to be the Destro icon though. Okay, now it's popping up right. Okay, that's the Destro icon. The Rain of Fire. And for whatever reason it's showing me as a bear. I'm not in bear spec, am I? I better not be. I'm obviously in Feral. Because that would be a Feral talent that I just used. It's just my add-on. Here, let me reset this. Now it should start tracking properly. There's a little chest back here. Murloc Soup. What does this do? 5% of health every 15 seconds and stamina increase. Okay. Alright, let's rip this guy to shreds. I need to quit firing off these moves the moment I see them light up and play it a little bit more strategic than I am. Now it's showing kitty farm. Yeah. Details is now working properly. Get this little chest here. One thing I want to check out too, Pinkrose, before I forget, lest I forget, these brawls. I need to wait until you get max level before we can do them. But the brawls right now are using the AI. There's a new AI that's being implemented into Battle for Azeroth, where the creatures aren't using the same system that they were before. They're using more of a lifelike, human-like decision-making like pattern. I don't know how to explain it. It's the new AI, but it's supposed to be really good. And the Jaina fight that's coming out, the Battle for Azeroth dungeon raid where you fight Jaina Proudmoore, uses that same AI, where she reacts dynamically depending on the situation and what the raid is doing in her rotation and decision making, which I think is going to be crazy. Like, for example, they said that whenever they were testing it, they were fighting Jaina Proudmoore, right? She's a frost mage, I think. But they would pop Bloodlust on the pull because they wanted to see if they could fit another Bloodlust in the fight. So they would have 2 Bloodlusts within the encounter. And the moment they popped Bloodlust, she ice blocked. They tried opening the fight popping Bloodlust, and she would just ice block the moment they pulled. And then, like, halfway through the fight, they tried to Bloodlust, and she would ice block. So, like, that's an example of a way that the AI is very responsive in acting, you know, according to what people are doing. And they tried to figure out other ways to get around all that stuff, and she would just counter them like a player would. Like, if a player had these abilities, and, like, oftentimes whenever I'm in Battlegrounds, if I see, for example, I was fighting this Resto Druid just earlier, and in that Battleground that I was doing, and I was starting to pop my cooldowns and go ham on him. He popped Iron Bark, which is like a huge damage reduction that he put on himself as a defensive cooldown. So I immediately switched targets so all of my buffs that I popped on my warrior wouldn't go to waste. So I started dumping all that damage into the character or the player next to that healer. And after the Iron Bark went down on the healer, I switched back to him. That's what this AI does. Shit like that. Like, it's going to switch targets if it sees you popping defensives. It won't just stand there and keep on hitting you, which I think is sick. I think that's going to be crazy. Alright, I'm going to single target the little shits down because these things hit hard. So yeah, the new AI system, that's one of the reasons why I've like been so interested in BFA from the start, because even in beta, like, I was expecting to see at least some of this AI. And right now the PvP Brawl, the Arathi one, you're fighting that AI system. So I'm very interested in checking that out. Because they've gotten these AI, like, in other games or other systems of AI, to where they're comparable to human players. So much so that they had that one that defeat the world's Go champion, and Go being like chess or checkers, or like, there's more moves, there are more board configurations in Go than there are atoms in the universe or something like that. And that's how complex the game is. And an AI has beat the world champion at that. I think 3 out of 5 times. And that's to the level our AI being developed in the world is getting, like, up to that level of expertise. So Turing test and all that stuff, like, it's like beyond that now. And the Go champion was quoted saying something like, at times it felt like I was playing another player, but then there were times where it felt like something else. And that just, like, fired me up. I was like, oh my god! So, yeah, I want to check out this AI. I want to see what that's about. Chicken! I don't know why I went chicken! Shouldn't have did that. Alright, here. We gonna die, but we gonna take some with us. Rah! Yeah, I felt that coming. Yeah, so I want to see this AI. I want to fight this AI. PvP brawl. It's gonna happen. We gonna do it. I actually, like, I got really excited just now. I want to do it, like, now. I might switch back to Psycho and do some brawls. Because I just remembered that that was the thing that I wanted to do. I only heard about this, I think, the day before yesterday. I wanted to get into it yesterday, but I got in the game and started doing my normal shit, and I forgot about it. And I'm kind of trying to level Epicpro, and I'm trying to keep in mind, like, what other tunes I want to level now that the XP squish has happened. Yeah, that brawl, though, I want to see it. Arathi, whatever. I'm gonna beat this guy up. That'll res our friend over there. I don't know if it'll reach him. Yeah, it did. Cool. Alright, looks like we're gonna go for this one here. The little fire landsy. I need to change these colors. I don't like the way the colors are set up on this Tell Me When. It's kind of hard to see what's actually happening. Because I got like the bar for Rip and Rake, the timer bar for that is like red in the background, but then a yellow border. Which, I mean, I don't know. I'm going to have to change that. And then also, my combo points are an orange background with an orange overlay, so it's kind of hard to tell what my combo points are. Here's a bad guy over here. Just gonna focus down the rare. Maybe get a little bit on this volcano. I need to be pushing more defensives. Youch! I probably shouldn't have face pulled all that stuff because it started hitting my buddies after that. I should have stayed back on what they were fighting. That is me. A lot of this battle right here is my fault. Like, I'm doing dumb shit. And now we're encountering the Alliance, who are catching up to us. Alrighty, let's go. Let's catch back up. Here's a little Azurite mining shard. Squirrel moment here. 55 Azurite. I'm still making some progress a little bit. Victory! Oh, nice. Alrighty, folks, with that, we're going to go ahead and wrap up today's episode of Elude Stalwart playing World of Warcraft Battle for Azeroth. I appreciate you guys tuning in and sticking in with me after all of our technical difficulties this morning. But, yeah, so until next time, I hope you guys may our paths cross again. Peace.